coach asks you to do something that pertains to the football field, or these dorms are in between, and you got to look back to your mom and daddy to figure out if it's okay, you need to go with your mom and daddy. First of all, we're going to treat the dorms, the fields, and the cafeteria with respect. When we go into the cafeteria, we're not going in there with hats. We're not going in there with cell phones, iPods. When we go in there, we're going to sit up at the table like gentlemen. We're not going to fold our legs up under us like we're at the house. We're not going to flip the chairs around. Son, I'm talking. Look at me. We're here for one thing. That's football. You're not going to go in the dorms, tie up the dorms. You're not going to invite yourself into anybody's room. We're not going to touch anybody's stuff. We're not going to touch no other human. These are simple rules that will be followed. These are simple rules that will be followed. We will run off the field. We will run on the field. You will learn things that you've never learned before. When we take breaks, our breaks will not be to our parent. Our break will be wherever the coach. If the coach said go get some water, that's what we'll go get is some water. We got Gatorade at different stations. Parents, this is how we start out. You're going to stay on the perimeter of the fields. You're going to stay on the perimeter of the fields. If kids start taking breaks and y'all decide y'all need to coach them, then we're going to move you back against that fence over there. And that's where you'll stay. And on this field right here, we'll move you down there by that big old green thing. And that's where you'll stay. If that insults some of y'all, I'm sorry. We're here for the kids. You've paid your money for us to teach your kids and to take care of your kids. That's what we're here for. Coach Artie, Coach
Bill.
Coach Bill.
That would be Bill.
These are the guys that y'all entrusting y'all kids through OD. That's how it's going to be. And any time, you can take your kid. We can't stop that. We hope you wouldn't, but that's on you. So now when you're around, when we're trying to coach your kid, and you're trying to distract him, and I see you trying to distract him, I'm going to give him a warning. Then the next time you're going to distract him, then he'll be doing push-ups. Then the next time you distract him, he's going to be with you. I take this job very serious. I don't like lagging. I despise no effort. When you don't give effort, I can mess up with a player that mess up. I can deal with a player that mess up. But a player that doesn't give effort, I can't deal with you. We got great people, great coaches. Coach Bill, Coach Artie, been all over the league. In every position you can name. I'm telling you kids, you'll have fun at this camp, but I got simple rules. And I love making examples out of people. I enjoy, with all my heart, making examples out of people. So if you don't want to get played or put on Front Street, ain't but one thing you're doing here. That's OD. If you talk back, I'm going to win. If you feel you can't do the drill, I'm going to win. The only thing can keep me off you is the trainer and Coach Bill. Fellas, if you ain't about getting better, you just stepped into the wrong camp. If you ain't about getting better, you're gonna step into the wrong camp. Coach Artie, Coach Bill, it's all y'all.
Thanks, Nate.
All right.
His bark is a little bit worse than his bite. That's why he's a three-time Super Bowl champion. My name is Artie Gigantino, and I work for the front office at Offense Defense for our two owners, Rick and Val Whittier. And on behalf of the camp, I want to thank you parents and welcome all you campers to the camp. This is the 40th year of Offense Defense football camp. There's been only two owners in those 40 years, and it's amazing the litany and the list of people that have come through this camp. Ronnie Lott, Marcus Allen, the #1 pick last year by the Miami Dolphins, Jake Long, the offensive tackle out of Michigan, was a 4-year camper. The list goes on and on of the people that have come through here. We're very fortunate to have a guy like Nate Newton, who played almost 20 years in the National Football League. Lorenzo Brunell, one of the great young defensive linemen in the NFL. Coach Urbanek, who coached for 15 years in the National Football League, that are members of our staff. A couple comments before I turn it over to Coach Urbanek. Number one, this is a fundamental and technique teaching camp. It's not a bunch of team stuff. It's not a team camp like you would have at your high school, but you will get better at your designated position this week because you're going to have 1 million repetitions at your position. That's number one. Number two, as Nate was saying, try. If you try and you have a passion for what you're doing, you're going to get better. Three, the staff. And I got an amazing two quick stories. One, that a year ago, we did a study. Parents, you'll love this. There are 576, I think it was, National Football League assistant coaches, full-time coaches in the NFL, guys you see running around on sidelines every Sunday. 280 of them have been involved either as a camper or as a coach at Offense Defense. That is an amazing statistic. Amazing. Charlie Weiss, the head coach at Notre Dame, was involved in this camp. I was very fortunate in my career before I retired to have coached at the Rams, the Raiders, Cal Berkeley, and the University of Southern California for a long time. All those jobs came as a result of an association with people from Offense Defense. One year, it was about 1982, 1983, we're coaching in the camp. And we're having a scrimmage on like today, like you would have on Thursday. And our defensive coaches and our offensive coaches, we were coaching the #1 offense against the #1 defense, the older kids. Well, a guy by the name of Tony Dungy, who went on to win the Super Bowl with the Indianapolis Colts, was our secondary coach. I was coaching the linebackers. A guy by the name of George Seifert, who won 2 Super Bowls as the head coach with the 49ers, was our defensive line coach. A guy by the name of Mike Shanahan, who went on to he was coaching the running backs in camp, but he went on to win 2 Super Bowls with the Broncos, was coaching the running backs in this camp in Los Angeles. Another guy by the name of Mike Holmgren, he was coaching the quarterbacks. He won at Green Bay, he won the World Championship at Green Bay, and North Turner was our tight end coach, who was the head coach of the Redskins, the Raiders, and now the Chargers. So